What's up, you guys? It's Sir Scrub here, bringing you some more Scrub Tier Yu-Gi-Oh! Before we get into today's video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel further, check out my Patreon down in the description. But with all that junk out of the way, let's jump both feet into today's video. So, for those that are new to this series, I will be breaking this video down into 3 parts. First, the strengths of the deck as if you were playing it. Second, how to beat it when going first. And third, how to beat it when going second. So, starting off, what makes the deck so good? Well, off the top, it is a pendulum deck, giving it access to a pendulum summon. This inherently raises the ceiling of the deck since it has a mass special summon built in. Next, it has a powerful boss monster, Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic. While in the scale, it can remove 6 counters from the entire field to special summons itself and destroy cards on the field equal to the number of cards that can hold spell counters. This gives the deck the ability to mass destroy cards, provided it can set up spell counters. It also allows you to summon this monster during your turn as an extra body on board, or another form of disruption, though you do have to be able to sacrifice a card because its destruction effect is mandatory. And as a monster, once per turn it can bounce a card that is holding a spell counter to negate the activation of a spell or trap card. It then gains the counters of whatever card it bounced, and while it has a spell counter, it cannot be targeted or destroyed. This creates a solid piece of disruption along with a 2800 attack wall that has some amazing protection. And as a cherry on top, it is also an 8 scale, which is probably one of the best generic high scales. So all in all, it can tutor itself out, it can destroy massive amounts of cards, and it can disrupt your opponents during their turn if you summon it going first, and it does have a respectable body. Moving on, the deck also has another powerful monster in the form of Servant of Endymion, which can tutor the master straight from the deck, setting up access to Electromite or just simply letting you drop the boss monster loaded up with a spell counter and negate. All in all, these two make a hell of a duo, and they've got some powerful support in the form of CITADEL of Endymion, which can hold infinite spell counters and can let you use its spell counters to resolve other cards' effects. Not to mention the deck also has Spell Power Mastery, allowing you to search for any of the Endymion cards, as well as placing at least 2 spell counters at resolution. All in all, this deck has been a big boon for all Pendulum decks, and has seen play with Pendulum Magicians, Zephyra, and Mythical Beasts. A piece of generic support worth mentioning is the Darkworm Gate 0 engine. This allows the deck to tutor for a 0 scale, as well as it gets another body on board for link plays. With the deck strengths outlined, let's take a look at how to beat it when going first. So you've got the chance to prepare for this deck. What are some things you should try and achieve? Well, first, it has several inherent weaknesses. Because it is a pendulum deck, it has the weaknesses of a pendulum deck, which means this deck dies to both anti-spell fragrance as well as Imperial Order. I myself lost playing this deck because an Altergeist player flipped Imperial Order before I had a chance to set up. These 2 floodgates are an auto win against Endymion. Next, establishing any form of spell negation as a part of your combo sequence can really hurt the deck. Negating the Servant or the Mastery can simply end this deck's turn. So generic synchros like FA Hang On Mock, as well as something like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to negate the Servant in the scale, can put in major work. This deck can also struggle to deal with big monsters with strong protection or immunities, so something like Beals can be a struggle for this deck to deal with, provided they don't simply use Borreload to deal with boss monster like cards. Skill Drain can also really hurt this deck, preventing the Electromite from going off, as well as any monsters they must commit to the board. Shutting down Electromite by itself can also cripple this deck's combos, so any form of monster negation from Forbidden Chalice to Impermanence can seriously damage this deck. Also, Solemn Warning can stop an attempted pendulum summon. With that being said, let's take a look at some ways to break this deck's boards. So when going second, what cards should you be siding in? Well, the first thing that comes to mind against any combo deck like this is Spear Mode. Kaijus also work, but Spear Mode is a blowout card. Using Impermanence to force some negations can also be a powerful way of protecting yourself. Now as for hand traps, Ash can really hurt this deck. Just off the top, Ash can stop Electromite, Servant, and Mastery, making it very difficult for this deck to generate advantage, as all of those effects can be crucial. Also, Ghost Ogre can help, removing monsters attempting to disrupt you, or by punishing Electromite. It can also stop Servant from resolving. Ultimately, this deck is relatively fragile to hand traps, which is what holds it back from being definitively tier 1. But that's all I've got for this one, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this, and feel free to share this video with a friend. If you'd like to support the channel one step further, considering checking out my Patreon in the description below. But most importantly, don't forget, be a scrub. Peace.